So I've listened to the book Reclaim the Rapture by Jamie Will, which has been a really cool book. I resonate with a lot with, especially with, he wrote it for this specific time. He released it earlier for this specific time that we're going through. When you cut out the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg, which everyone seems to concentrate on, and look at the deeper level, what he's explaining in the book really makes a lot of sense. So I highly recommend sit down and give it a listen or read or whatever. And one of the things he talks about in this book is that we, with problem solving, we look at creating new things to solve the problem. But in actual fact, we already have a lot of we pretty much have all the tools that we need to solve the world's current, problems and all this kind of stuff. And like, especially when you look at meaning, because it's like we've had certain different periods of how we created meaning. One of them was religious, but then in saying that, science started to debunk it and all that kind of stuff, and then people started to lose meaning, and this is when people stopped, believing in the infinite game. I think that's what it's called, infinite game, and it started to more play the finite game. I think I'm mixing those two up, but you can re-correct me in the comments below. Um, and yeah, and like when this got taken out, people stopped, it's like getting material based, so we lost meaning in a higher power kind of thing, and all that. Even though we still have a lot of the religious values into many other things and that, but with this, he explains in the book that we can take some of this stuff and then create it into a new type of meaning and all that. And another thing he talks about is like with environmental issues, right? So a lot of the time is we're trying to create new things to solve our environmental issues and all that. But in actual fact, we already have the tools and resources to help solve them instead of creating new things. Because technology is the reason why we have these problems. No other like reason. I mean, there's another reason which I'm going to explain in a sec, I should say. So the ramble, but with that, when we actually look at it, because a lot of our problems can be solved within. And when you look at the environmental problems, like if a person is feeling at peace within himself, that he's not going to go out and destroy the planet, right? But because so many people don't feel good about themselves, they have lack of self worth and all that kind of stuff, is that you go out and destroy the world because your inner world reflects to your outer world kind of thing. So I think a lot of the time is with solving a lot of these problems, it's just us looking within. Yeah, it's difficult. I've done it loads of times. I still find it difficult and all that kind of stuff. But, sitting and looking within and realizing, hey, if I help to, create my inner world, inner peace in my inner world, then it kind of reflects out because then I start treating people differently, kinder, and all this kind of stuff. And then that kind of reflects out, into the world. And then we all did that. Then you start solving a lot of the world's problems. Like it's this domino effect. Yeah, there's still always going to be problems. That's the reality we live in. But then a lot of the problems that we're quote unquote facing right now, we could solve quite easily. So, we have the tools and resources to solve the current problems we have. We just have to look within and realize that we already have them with us.